What's up, everybody? This is Coburn C Capshaw / Summer Smiles a Lot. How y'all doing today? I am back with another Let's Talk Media LLC advice video, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these, like a long time. So thanks for watching. So today's advice video is going to be about taking value in what you have versus being jealous of what other people have, or not valuing in what you have so far. So, did a broad spectrum of different mental health videos and things of this nature, right? Like having self-affirmation for yourself, or remembering why it's so important to love yourself, or why it's important to remember the value that you bring to others that you feel like you're not adequate in, right? So, I think I might have touched upon this before, but what I'm saying is that if you have something and you've worked really hard to get it and it's yours and you own it, be happy that you have it, because a lot of people, they might not have that, right? So, example, if you have an apartment, guess what? You have a roof over your head. If you have an older car, guess what? You still have wheels. You have something where you can get from point A to point B. My boy's in the background, love him to death. And a lot of people think, well, I want the bigger house, or I need the expensive car, or I need to be rich and famous and successful to be happy. No, you don't. You need to take value in how happy you should be with the fact of you have what you have, right? If you have a good paying job, if you have benefits, whether you do or not, but if you've have good hours, a good work environment, good work friends, if you have family that loves you, if you have friends that love you, people that are going to have your back, if you got a wonderful family, those are the things to take value in. See, we live in a world where people only want material things half the time, or half the time they think, I need something bigger than what I already have, but that's not true. You need to take value in what you have now, because once you don't have it, it's gone, right? And you never know, maybe these people will have these big lush lifestyles. Maybe they're not really happy, maybe they're overspending, maybe they're pretending to have this awesome lifestyle to mask the fact that in the inside, maybe they're hurting. Because you never know, but maybe I'm just wrong. But maybe that's just my own observation. But, for those who do live like that, I mean, good for you. You have the funds to do it. If you have the money to do it, by all means, go ahead, have fun, spend your money. But also realize that maybe at some point, if that is your coping mechanism, or that's your way of dealing with running away from your own problems, then that's going to run out at some point. So you need to come back to yourself. You need to come back to loving yourself. You need to come back to being happy with what you have, or where you started out at, to realize that you don't always need that big house. You don't need that big expensive car. You don't need to be that up there all the time person. It's okay to fall back sometimes. It's okay to take value in the fact of, like, you know what? I might not be here, but guess what? I'm at where I'm at because of how hard I worked, and I'm here at my level of my life because I didn't let anything stop me or get in my way. Right, and I'm not saying don't let that stop you from shooting to get to that level that you see other people success in. Go for it if you feel like it's necessary. But what I'm saying is that don't feel like you're any less valuable because you aren't at that level, or because you don't have their money or the kind of income that they have, or because you don't have the big car or the big fancy whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but what do you value in what you have now? Because sometimes that can be more meaningful than what you see on TV, what you see in movies, what you see in magazines, what you see online and social media, right? Remember, the bigger picture always isn't the bigger picture. Does that make any sense? Sometimes you need to take value in the smaller things that you have, because those small things can be worth more than what you think. Okay, here's an example, right? Whenever you see a video of a guy saying, every day that I get to come home to my family is the best feeling in the world, and I don't care if I have a big house, a nice car, the hottest looking, wife out there, the best athletic kid. It doesn't matter, because as long as I have those things, I can value being a rich man. Or you see people always commenting saying, you know what, brother, you're richer than you think, you're richer than the rest of us. And guess what? They don't mean that financially. They mean that happy with their happiness, happy wise. They mean that mental wise. Like, yes, they are richer than half of us, mentally and, emotionally, because they have something to value, right? So, take value in the things that you have, and you will realize that, sometimes you don't always need to be that guy, that person, in order to be happy, right? Like, the fact that, I even have my own house is great. My wife and I, we love living here, but I've worked, hard for being here. And yes, we do drive around and we see other nice, fancy houses, but, we're like, oh, do we want that house one day? Sure, maybe, but we take value in the fact that we have this roof over our head, right? Because we've upgraded from living in the condo, because we work hard for it. We take fact in the value that I get to come home every day or I take value, and so does my family. Takes value in the fact that I get to come home every day to them. I take the fact in the value that I get to come home to my baby boy every day. So what I'm saying, and my beautiful, amazing wife. So what I'm saying is, I'm richer in my mind mentally and emotionally because of that. So what I'm saying is that, yes, I might have a semi-nice house, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, but I take value in the fact that I even get to live a life with my family at all in the first place, and live in this house and be with them in the first place. That's where you become rich. You become rich in the things that you value. You don't become rich by your materialistic things or the things that you see online that you think are going to make you, happier. Because that's not always the truth. That's kind of like with my food for thought post, that I had recently. No matter how a situation develops, it's your attitude that determines the outcome. This saying pretty much explains itself, but it's so true. You'll constantly be faced with different situations in life, and no matter how the situation goes, your attitude is what makes your outcome. Example, instead of getting mad or upset about a situation, maybe you can take a different approach to it and laugh about it, or realize that's not that serious and you have no reason to freak out. Who knows? Maybe your mindset might make you appreciate that hard time because maybe it taught you a life lesson that you needed to learn. Think about it. So, that's basically where I'm going to leave this advice video off. This has been Coburn C, Capshaw / Mr. Smiles a Lot. Yeah, so remember, take value in what you have. Be happy with what you have. And always... Hey! Potty. You went potty? Good job. Okay, so we're going to end off this video. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye. Bye. Thank you all for watching. And remember, see, example, this right here, richest man in the world, because I have this to come home to. That's what I mean by take value in what you have. It's been Coburn C, Capshaw / Mr. Smiles a Lot. I love you all. See you next time.